Oh, man. That's really pretty.
Oh, my God.
I love all the art you have in here.
So those
all
are
the
actually
landscapes.
sound panels.
Why don't our sound panels have pretty pictures on them?
You can have sound
Because I'm cheap. I can take it out of your salary.
Nope.
Or your celery.
Yeah.
We wanted her to make you say the word salary.
Yeah, I was like, oh gosh, what words are going to come up?
We're going to go to your right.
Oh, here we go.
You have them?
There's my V.
And your results.
Meanwhile, my test results were so bad we don't have a printout. It's taking so many pages.
Oh my god.
I got 100% on my tests.
You did.
I think that's pretty good.
Well,
Really? I was born in 1899.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Not happy birthday. So you're 1899.
That's
So your hearing is like super excellent. So this is Rob's test. And first of all, what we can see here, the two ears look a little different. So for the most part, the little arrows and brackets match up with the circles and X's. There's one little gap here because of that nice floppy eardrum that we've got. That's likely the cause of that. Normal hearing in an adult is considered to be anything at 25 decibels or better. So anything in the light green or gray bands would be hearing within normal range. The dark green into the blue areas represents an amount of hearing loss. So for Rob, we've got essentially normal hearing in the low pitches, and a little mild hearing loss in the middle pitches, and then it gets good again in the higher ones. Whereas that left ear, you can see is similar. You've got normal hearing in the low to mid pitches, and then that moderate loss in kind of the higher mids, and then it gets good again. So this, U or V shape here, very consistent with noise exposure. And so given what we talked about earlier, why do you think your left ear is worse than your right ear?
with protection though, what else can I do? I mean, we're using I've always used top of the line ear protection.
Yeah, so with gunfire, even with hearing protection, so like when we go shoot guns, we're putting good hearing protection on. Gunfire is so loud that it actually vibrates the skull and is going to stimulate that inner ear no matter what. So the maximum protection we actually get from hearing protection is usually about 30 decibels. Anything over about 90 decibels can do damage. And a lot of guns are at what now?
140s. About
140. So you're getting it down to about a 110 range with your hearing protection, and so you're still doing damage. And that's just the reality. And
other than not shooting, there's nothing I can do.
You know what you can do? Suppressors. So,
on the guns while we're shooting.
Which is super hard in California to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But that is one thing that would make guns much more safe in terms of when you're going to the range and things, is to have a suppressor, because that brings it down significantly. And then with your hearing protection on top of that, now you've got it into a safe range. That's about the only way to make it completely safe.
But I would need to have everybody I'm shooting with using suppressors.
You would.
Okay.
So down here, the score where it says SII of 82% in the right and 76% in the left, that stands for Speech Intelligibility Index. So it's saying if we plotted every single sound in the English language on that graph and overlaid your hearing loss on top of it, how much of speech are you actually capturing? So it estimates you get about 82% in the right ear and 76% in the left.
Still passing.
But that's why when you hear certain answers in the pressure cooker and you're like, I didn't hear that, that's why I have to get
and
your
back.
And you
do.
Right.
Because you got, what did you get? You got, 96% and 97%.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Right.
So from now on, we defer to Brandon.
Yes. It's not that you can't hear, it's just not always clear.
And so to solve that, I should turn my headphones up even louder then.
Right.
Good. Do we have a louder setting than what I'm at? I think I have one more turn to the right I can go.
Okay, Don, so this one's yours. So there's your deep V that we were talking about earlier. So again, like your hearing's totally normal in that right ear, except for at this one pitch, 4,000 hertz. You've got a moderately severe amount of loss right there. Whereas your your left ear is completely normal across the pitches.
And so same thing, it's shooting. It's all shooting.
And TNT.
Oh, I need to protect my ears.
And so same thing with that SII score, you're at 76% in that right ear, but you're at 95% in the left. So,
oh my gosh. So you can rely on my left ear to help out to hear things.
Good.
Be on our good side.
So when I don't hear an answer on the pressure cooker, I'll say, Dawn, what did your left ear hear?
Talking my good ear.
She's literally going to try to listen harder out of her left ear the next show. Yeah, no, I was saying earlier. I mean, even just at home, with everything else quiet, if I walk into the room and Christina has the TV on and she talks, I can't. I have to tell her, babe, you got to pause the TV because I can't. I'm getting both things, and pretty soon it's half Christina, half housewives. I'm like, what?
Right. Yep, absolutely. So what generally will happen is you go to the party or to the charity event or the restaurant that you're at, and you're having to put in so much effort just to try and hear people that you get really tired. And so after the event, you're more tired than people that don't have the hearing loss, or halfway through, you just kind of give up trying to listen and just start nodding your head more and, yeah, sure, I have no idea what you said.
It's also exhausting on your significant other.
Absolutely, because they're having to repeat, and then they give up trying to talk to you. Forget it. It wasn't important.
Which sometimes is what I'm going for.
But what happens is the more trouble we start to have, the more difficulty we have in different types of environments, then we start avoiding situations because we know we can't hear anyway. Like, oh, I can't hear at that restaurant, so I'm not even going to go. You go by yourself, I'll stay home. And so we start to become more and more isolated socially, and that social isolation then leads a lot of times to depression.
Can I get a handicap placard as a result of this? By chance, maybe? Not there yet.
No,
Okay.
not there yet.
Damn it.
Nice.